I told my parents they'd never meet my kids due to their past abuse. Now my brother's wife is questioning their role with her baby. My brother and I grew up in the same house with the same parents, but somehow we ended up with very different memories of our childhood. Because of that, I avoid discussing our upbringing, especially with people outside the family. When my brother's wife or someone from her family asks about how we were raised, I always steer clear. I'll say something like, "You'll have to ask my brother about that." I do this because if I say anything that goes against my brother's version of events, it could lead to a major argument. So I stay neutral and let him take the lead. Most of the time, our childhood doesn't even come up, so it's not a big deal. A few months ago, we were having dinner with my parents, my brother, his wife, and her sister. At one point, my mother asked my brother's sister-in-law if she wanted children. She said she did, someday. My mother loved that answer and made a pointed comment about how happy she was to hear something normal for once, unlike having a daughter like me who doesn't want kids. She's always been obsessed with that detail about me, so I wasn't surprised, but this time she really went off. She even faked tears, acting devastated that I never wanted children. Without really thinking, I finally snapped and said, "Even if I had kids, you'd never meet them, so I don't know why you're so upset." I had my reasons for saying that, but my parents, and even my brother, have always denied anything bad ever happened in our childhood. Now, my brother's wife is 7 months pregnant with their first baby, and she was understandably shaken by what I said. She asked me to explain why I wouldn't allow our parents around my hypothetical children. But again, I didn't want to go into detail. My memories of our childhood are different from my brother's and our parents, and if I spoke honestly, they'd just call me a liar. So I told her to ask my brother instead. To my surprise, she did. Later on, she brought it up with him. He told her, "Our mother never liked Rarely for whatever reason, but our kids will probably be fine." She didn't find that very comforting, so she pushed for more answers. Eventually, he started telling her things. Like the time he fell into a public pool, I jumped in to save him, and our mother screamed at me for pushing him in, then gave me the silent treatment for days. He told her how our mother used to take his socks, put them in my room, then accuse me of stealing them. He remembered how I had to eat my meals at a separate table because our mother wanted one-on-one time with him. He told her how I was always in trouble at home, even though I was never a problem at school. When his wife asked me if all that was true, I said yes, but I also reminded her that my brother used to say he didn't remember any of it. She then asked where our father was during all this, and I told her he was either working or glued to the television. The truth is, incidents like those weren't rare. They happen nearly every day, and it turns out my brother did remember all of it. He just didn't want our parents to know. But once they were back home, his wife got him to open up completely. Since then, she's been clear. She doesn't want their children left alone with our parents.